Okay, we got a 12 power battle, 8th edition, 40k rules. This is just me just trying to learn the rules and understand what's going on here. So we have our Space Marine Contact Force. We got 6 tactical squad guys with 1 flamer, and then the sergeant has a bolt pistol and a chainsword. So he's going to be essentially leading this little strike force going in. And this is a Blood Angel successor chapter. I'm still working on the fluff on these guys, and then obviously still painting and getting the models ready. But then we have 5 scouts. Essentially I added 1 more model to this just because it was 11 power, and I thought it would even it up since there's all those Tyranids in the background. 20 Tyranids comes out to 12 power. So here we got a Genestealer group of 10. So that's 4 power plus 4 power. So there's 8 power there. And then you got another 4 power with 10 gargoyles. What you see is what you get, kind of deal. So I'm just going to play standard. I'm going to see how this balances out. This is going to be just a quick scenario play. So it's initial contact. We're calling this first contact. They came out to this world that has previously seen battle. They got a distress beacon call. And some unusual activity that they deem necessary, as the Blood Angels' mortal enemy is Tyranids, to go check it out and see what is going on in this sector that they thought was purged and taken care of. So this is just a preliminary scouting party, just to survey the battlefield and see if there's actually something going on. And to their surprise, there is a Tyranid force here. They don't know of what size or how many or what's going on. All they see is what is in front of them, and you know they're going to radio it back in, and now they're in a fight for their lives to try and get out of here and suppress whatever Tyranids are coming at them right now. As for the Tyranids, these are just mindlessly roaming Tyranids in the world, just, you know, trying to live their alien lives here, not mindlessly knowing. So there's no synapse creatures, so these guys are just roaming Tyranids. And now they smell prey and blood, and they want to consume. Alright, let's see how this goes. So though each sides are already set up, table is already in place, just to stay in line with learning the rules. I'm going to roll off to see who gets to go first, and then we'll just do, we won't worry about seize the initiative since it's just a learning game, and apparently I'm the only one here playing. So here we have our Blood Angel successor chapter. For now, let's call them Majestic Angels. And they'll be white, and our Tyranids will be the orange dice. Let's see who gets to go first. Alright, looks like the Blood Angel successor chapter, the Majestic Angels, have the win. So let's move them first. And I even got to get used to their profiles. So in keeping things easy and in the light of the spirit, obviously these guys don't need to move 36-inch range. They're in range with a 48-inch rocket launcher. They're just going to hunker down and not move to not incur the penalty. These guys, however, are going to go ahead and move. So let's just move them their full 6 inches right there. And this terrain is... Love playing with these craters, but models never want to stand up on them. Great. Okay, so that is it for the movement phase. Now we're going to go no psychics, nobody advanced, so we're going to go straight into the shooting phase. Okay, so let's go ahead and shoot the sniper rifles first. So we have a total of 4 sniper rifles. So we'll grab all 4 dice here. And now let's go ahead and roll off. So I believe it's a 3+ to hit. So scouts look like they got a little bit of a buff. Ooh. Okay, so only 2 hits. And then the profile of the gun is a strength 4 versus their toughness of a 3, so it's a 3+ to wound. Any 6s cause a mortal wound. Oh, there's a 6, so that causes a mortal wound. And then the save is just as normal. No AP modifier. 6+ for this weapon, it inflicts a mortal wound in addition to its normal damage. Okay, so I'm just going to mark that he has a mortal wound also. So the Tyranid's going to need to make 2 saves. The Gargoyle save is a 6+ save. Nope, failed both saves, so he loses 3 guys. So let's just take off. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now let's go ahead and fire our missile launcher. Heavy D6. Let's see here. Oh, 6 shots. 3, 6. Okay, so 6 shots. So wounding on 3+. Well, we're shooting a frag grenade. There's a crack profile and a frag profile, so we're shooting the frag. So 3+. So only 2 misses. And then I'm pretty sure the profile says it is a... Let's go ahead and just look right here. Fragment strength 4. Okay, so 3+ to wound. And nothing special. Nope. So just 3+ to wound. Ooh, okay, so 2 misses and then 2 regular saves for them. So no 6+, so they lose another 2 guys. Tyranids are getting eaten alive right now. Okay. Okay, now these tactical squad guys are going to go ahead and fire. So we got 4 guys with bolt guns. They're going to need a 3+ to hit. So 1 miss. Strength 4 of the bolt gun, toughness 4 of these gene stealers. So, oops. Another 4+ to wound. So we have 1, 2, where's the other dice? Oh, there we go. Okay. So 2 wounds. So now the gene stealers can take 2 saves on a 5+. So 1 guy dies. Blah. Alright, we're into the morale phase for these poor gargoyles. I have a leadership of 5. Normally if they had a synapse creature, which you would want to do, keep them in range and they auto pass morale tests. However, they do not. So since they have a leadership of 5 and they lost 5, whatever I roll is how many models will run away. Roll low. And that is a 6. So that whole unit just flies away in terror because since their leadership is a 5, you subtract the amount of models that they lost from their leadership. So that puts them at a 0, and then you add whatever the dice roll is, and that's how many models run away. That is past their leadership, or past 0, pretty much. So this one just happened to work out where anything past anything that I rolled, a 1 or higher, is gone. So these guys are bye-bye, flying away. Pew! No, I don't want to. So now we're going into Gene Stealers, turn 1, and I'll be honest, I added 1 extra Space Marines because I thought it was going to be a gruesome battle for seeing that the Tyranids had 20 models on the board, but it looks like things got unbalanced and evened up quick for the successor chapter here. So things are looking good for the Space Marines. All right, so obviously I'm going to advance these guys so they get their normal 8-inch move on top of whatever I roll. So they get to move 5 inches, and they also have a special rule where they can charge even though they advanced. Also, I didn't take a morale test for them because they only lost 1 guy. So even if I rolled a 6, that put them at a 7, and their leadership is a 9. So we don't have to worry about that. So let me go ahead and move them, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so these guys will respectively move up. Notice that there's no more difficult terrain slowing people down or anything. Just run straight through it. Essentially, they just moved 13 inches, 5 on top of their 8-inch move. That did put them within 9 inches from base to base, so they need an 8-inch charge, and they do have adrenal glands, so they get +1, if I'm not mistaken, to their charge roll. Let me double check that. Okay, so I can add 1 inch to its move whenever it advances or charges. So essentially I'm just going to, they're 1-inch models, so I'm just going to do that with them. So wow, so now they do get to charge. They do have a special rule that Gene Stealers can charge even though they advanced. Okay, so they're declaring a charge against the Space Marines here. So these Majestic Angels will then go ahead and perform an Overwatch. So that is 9 total dice for the guys with bolt guns and a bolt pistol, due to the fact that they are within rapid fire range. The Flamer gets D6 automatic hits. Even though he's with over 8 inches away, he still gets to hit an Overwatch. So let's see how many auto hits there is. 6. Wow, the Space Marines are rolling good. So 6 automatic hits for the Space Marines here. So 4, 2. Okay, so those are automatic hits that we will roll to wound. And then we will roll this. So any 6s are hits. Looks like we got 1 6 out of that. So both weapons are a strength 4, they're a toughness 4, so 4+ to wound. And none of them have, I think they're AP dash. Let's see here. See if we can see the Flamer. Are getting used to where everything's at. Okay, so where is that? There's a Flamer. Auto hits, strength 4. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so just 4 pluses to wound now. Wow. Okay, so that's about almost statistical. So 3 hits. We'll take 3 saving throws. Gene Stealers have a 5+ save. Let me just double check that. Yep, 5+ save right there for our Gene Stealers. They also have a 5+ invulnerable save if it ever came to that, which is kind of interesting. So 2 guys die in the charge. So we'll go ahead and remove these 2 guys. And now let's go ahead and roll to see how far they charge. And we can add 1 because of the adrenal gland. So, I see here. Oh, yep, that is, they are plenty in range. So let's go ahead and, let's just go ahead and move these guys in. I don't think we have to get fancy with it, just because it should essentially just be an easy matchup. Everybody should get a chance to hit. They are 2 ranks in, so I don't see there being an issue with maneuvering them. Now, essentially, if I wanted to, I could have wrapped them or did something crazy, like if since they have 10-inch, 11-inch charge, I could have essentially went over here if I wanted to, or wrapped around. Maybe these guys were a little closer. I could have tied them into combat for next round, but it's looking a little sparse. So there's no real reason to. So we're going to go straight into melee combat here. And this is where we know Tyranids excel. So Tyranids do get to strike first. Tyranids are the charging player, so they strike first, and we'll see what happens. So hopefully these Space Marines can survive against all these Scything Talons and Rending Claws. Let me do some research on the battle profiles and I'll be back. Okay, so these Genestealers get 21 attacks, 3 attacks each, and there's 7 of them left. They have Rending Claws and Scything Talons, so the blue dice, or purple, or whatever, I'm colorblind, are going to be the Scything Talons, and then the orange dice are all going to be the Rending Claws. So they get to choose. They can split up their attacks however they want between Scything Talons and Rending Claws. You just have to allocate which ones are going first, especially for fast rolling. For purposes, I like Rending Claws better because any 2 wound rolls of 6 are worked out as AP -4. And it already is an AP -1 roll. So any 2 wound rolls of 6s means these guys don't get a save at all. However, Scything Talons get to re-roll 1s when hitting. So I mixed a couple in there just to see the dynamics of splitting up attacks and seeing how it will go. Okay, so 21 attacks, all with 3+ weapon skill. Oops, dropping dice here. Oh my gosh. Okay, 21 attacks, re-rolling 1s on the blues, 3+ to hit. Genestealers are nasty. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we got 1 re-roll. So essentially we got 1 re-roll, so 3+. So that hit. So let's go ahead and take out all the misses then. Miss, 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 and miss. Okay, so they are a strength 4, and their toughness that they're fighting is a 4. So the only modifier is their AP, the strength is the user. So any 4+, any 6s on the orange dice are essentially -4 AP. So let's see where we got here. So, okay, so we got 2 at -4. And then we'll remove our misses here. Okay, so 2 guys are just automatically dead. So we will go ahead and let's take out these 2 guys. Okay, so those guys are automatically dead because that they have a save of a 3+ and the AP is a -4, so that undoes their save there. And then these two are at -1 AP. So that means they get a 4-up save. Okay, so 2 more dead guys. We'll just take the guys out from the front here. Okay. And then the rest of these are just normal 3-up saves. 6, 6, 5, and then a 2. So we'll go ahead and remove the flamer. Yeah, we'll go ahead and remove the flamer in hopes that this this sergeant can get some hits in with this chainsword. Okay, let me get back to you on the profile for that guy. All right, Sergeant, it's your time to shine against these guys. So he gets 3 attacks, 2 base attacks, and then because he has a chainsword, he gets 1 additional attack because of the chainsword. So it's a 3+ to hit, strength 4 versus a toughness 4, so 4+ to wound, so 3+. Okay, and then 4+. Okay, and then we'll make 1 save for the Tyranids, no modifiers, just a regular 5+ save. Fine. Okay, so essentially they didn't do anything. Obviously they won combat. That is the end of the turn because there's nothing to do here. So with that being said, this guy needs to take a morale check. His leadership is a 9. I think it is Space Marine Sergeant leadership 8. Okay, so since it's a leadership 8, he lost 5 guys. So on a 3 he's fine, but on a 4+, he runs away. And he can re-roll failed morale tests. So 4+. Okay, so he gets to re-roll. Nope, he runs away. So this sergeant had about all he could stand against these Genestealers. He is gonna get heavily reprimanded, probably back at the station, and I don't even know where he can run to. So he is out in the jungle now. There he goes. He's out of here. So Genestealers, nasty, nasty, nasty. They move up the board really fast, and if they survive Overwatch and get in with you, they do what they do best. They tear it up. So now we're going to see if these scouts can survive. Essentially, it's either retreat and shoot at them, so you don't get any minus to your modifiers, so you can kill as many as you can before they strike, which honestly would probably be the best thing to do, because no matter where I move, they can catch me, because they can advance and charge, and with the adrenal glands, I really can't move far enough, and they can't shoot me, so cover does me no good there. So with this being turn 2 for the Space Marines, let's go ahead and go straight into shooting. Okay, so let's go ahead and shoot with the rocket launcher. So the rocket launcher is going to be shooting into those Genestealers over there. So heavy D6 for the frag. 2 shots. 3+ to hit. Oh my gosh, okay, that is double 1s. That's not going to be too good for them. So now they have 4 guys with sniper rifles. Okay. So the sniper rifle, it says 36-inch range, heavy 1, strength 4, and any to wound roll of a 6+ for this weapon inflicts a mortal wound in addition. So 3 pluses to hit. So we have 2 misses. All right, let's hope for 6s here. There it is. Okay, so we have 1 additional wound, so we'll go ahead and just remove a guy because it's a mortal wound, so he doesn't get an invulnerable save with a mortal wound, so he's removed from play. and then we'll just take a regular. This guy is in cover, so we'll go ahead and take it against this guy. So it's a 4+ cover save. It's 4, so he's fine. Okay, so that is I don't think I don't think these Space Marines should charge them. I think they should get an Overwatch, at least one more before they get charged. I think charging them will just eat them up, so maybe they can survive maybe they can do some damage with an Overwatch, hopefully to remove some guys again. These guys lost one model. They are a leadership 9. Yeah, leadership 9. So essentially they can't fail their morale check. So now we'll go ahead and we'll move these guys. So even though they get an 8-inch move and they could advance if I wanted to, I'm just going to move them within 1 inch just to speed the process up, because then they could still run, they could still charge even if they wanted to. So essentially we're going to do this. Because that is, that would roughly be 8 inches plus whatever I rolled, even if it was just a 9. Okay, so let's go ahead and declare Overwatch. I'm going to shoot a frag launch into these guys. So D6 shots, 5 shots. So there's 4. Here's 5. 6s. Any 6s? No 6s. Okay, so 4 regular sniper rifle rounds. Hoping for 6s, hoping for 6s. Nothing. Okay, so these guys are in scot-free. So we are going to just wrap these guys around. Just like that. And so they make it in. Okay, let me tally up the dice since I only got one hand here. And I'm thinking that these scouts are about to just get demolished. Luckily, one guy did run away. So for scenario purposes, maybe that one guy made it back to the command barge and is going to be able to let them know about the infestation that they're dealing with here. But either way, I'm pretty sure that they're reading their vital signs and watching their poor scouts and advance party get demolished here. So all-out war is about to be placed on this battle, on this planet, to retake it. I'll be doing some more scenario coverages, just for fun, just for fluff as I learn it. And, if I'm playing by myself, I might as well. Hopefully I can sucker some friends into playing with me. But let's go ahead and finish this up and see where we lie. So we're back. So they are going to get 18 dice. For this case, I'm going to use all rending claws. And that's judging because by the rolls last round, the scything talents didn't really help the first time, and if they would have been rending claws the last time, it would have really went. So I'm just going to go with all rending claws. It's a 3+ to hit, and then a 4+ to wound. Any 6s, these guys are automatically dead. However, let's see what their camo cloaks do, because they do have camo cloaks. You can add 2 to their saving throws for models when they receive benefits from cover. So only whenever they receive benefits from cover. Okay, so I did forget concealed positions. And something else that I forgot that these Gene Stealers have is toxin sacks. So toxin sacks, any wounds any to roll wounds of 6 plus also cause an additional damage due to their toxin sacks. So again, that didn't make a difference last round, but we'll go ahead and try and remember that. So 3 plus, 4 plus. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove anything less than a 3. This was a really good roll there. So we have these hits. Any 6s are additional wounds plus auto deaths. So let's see what we get here. Okay, so looks like no 6s. Let's see here. So these are misses, miss, 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 miss. You know what? I did forget this 3 too, so I forgot. It's only 4 pluses. This one tipped over, but okay. 1 AP. They normally have a 4 plus save due to their scout armor, so it is a 5 plus save. Okay, wow, that's actually really good for the scouts here. I thought it was going to be a lot more gruesome, but that's the roll of the dice. So they only lose 2 guys. Let's just go ahead and take off these 2 because I don't think it matters at this point. And they will get to attack back. Okay, I did forget to mention this guy right here that's just standing there with the gold and the little Tyranid head on the back of his, where I guess that's an orc skull or something on the back of it. He's going to be the sergeant. So he gets 2 attacks and then everybody else gets 1 attack. So that's 4 dice each. 3 pluses to hit. Okay, so 2 misses. And then 4 plus to wound. Okay, so 1 wound. And then just a 5 up save for the Gene Stealer. 1 guy dies. Well, there you go. Okay, so essentially the Gene Stealers can't fail. I'm just going to wrap this guy in. These guys can consolidate in. Gene Stealers can't fail. They only lost 1 guy. They have a leadership of 9. And I think the Scouts should be fine based on their Scout Sergeant leadership 8. They lost 3. So 8 minus 3 is 5. So let's just roll and see what we get. 5. Okay, so they lost 3 guys. They have a leadership 8. No, they lost 2 guys. So that puts them at a leadership 6. 11. They're fine. The new morale rule. I haven't played too much Age of Sigmar, so it still trips me up a little. But essentially, they have a leadership of 8. They rolled a 5, so they're still 3 under. They only lost 2 guys, so that would have put the roll at a 7. So even if they did roll a 6, I didn't even have to roll for them. So now we'll go ahead and go to Space Marines turn 3. You know, it's just going to be a slugfest till this is over. So let's go ahead and since it's the Space Marines attacking turn, they get to go first. So they get their 4 dice again. So 3 plus. Okay. And then 4 plus. Nothing. Okay, so now the Tyranids get to roll again, and we're just going to keep it simple and just do all rending calls again, just in hopes that we mop them up. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys left, so they get 15 dice. Let me count out the dice here. I always put mine in groups, so I can easily just count them up there. So 15 dice. So 3 plus, 4 plus again. It's almost like they're fighting each other, except for these guys are just way better. So 3 pluses. Yikes. Okay. All right, watch out for 6s. So, here we go. All right, so let's just go ahead and remove anything not 4+. Just get it out of the way. Okay. So one guy auto dies, plus it causes an extra wound. So I'm going to do that. And then one guy auto dies. So we'll take this guy here. He's automatically dead. And then, oh yeah, the rest are 5+ saves. And that's enough to kill out the rest. So that is a Tyranid victory within turn 3. That was just a 12 power match. These Tyranids, yeah, they close combat again is what everybody's saying is going to excel in this edition. So, I mean, as you can see, these Gene Stealers are nothing to mess around with. Again, it was very low point cost, maybe a little unbalanced, it felt like, to begin with. I felt like I didn't even get to see what the Gargoyles could do because they just got completely shot down, but that's the point of the game. I would have just liked to test and seen what happened. Maybe I'll just set them up real fast and see what they can do, but I get the gist of it. Gene Stealers have always been my bread and butter personally, and it seems like they really did shine, especially on a small board like this. But there was very few power, so they closed the gap really fast. I mean, having adrenal glands and toxin sacs, that was a huge overhaul for these guys. So that's actually that's really cool to see come into play now. Space Marines, with the shooting that they did and given where they were at, I was really surprised by the Scouts, honestly. So seems like Scouts got a nice overhaul with being able to weapon skill and ballistic skills. Honestly, if they take combat knives, they get an extra attack, like the chain swords. Maybe sniper rifles aren't the way to go anymore. Shotguns looked really cool. You know, I might put them with bolters now. If there's characters I want to try and snipe, that's where the snipers come in really good. You know, but they're actually 1 power more expensive